Right.
Good afternoon, sir. This is our part 2 in our database exam. So, we are asked to perform um, statements for each problem. So, here we go. So, yung first is get total number of film. So, ito. So, when you execute it, it will just count how many films are there in the film table. So, that's our film 1. Our problem 1. Next problem is uh, calculate
Calculate.
the total length of films. Then, nakagroup siya by their ratings. So, when you execute this, so may rating na siya. Yung rating niya separated, then yung uh, total length ng kanyang films. So, gi-base siya from films na table, and then kinuha yung sum sa length column, and then ordered group by rating, and then naka ascending order.
Hmm.
Next next is the get films that have maximum replacement cost. So here we select the film ID and the title of that film from the films table, and then we group them by film ID. Then when we run this one, so ganito na. The way we get the maximum replacement cost is that we use the halving
Okay.
clause, because when you use where di mo
You
bawal
can put aggregate.
aggregate functions. Then this one kay we use select max. So we selected the max replacement cost from film. So from film table, so when we verify our film table, ito itong replacement cost, kinuha na yung maximum number. So from that, i-display i-display na yung mga films na may equivalent to the max replacement cost. So here are the following films na may replacement cost na equate na sa max replacement cost. So
Limit of 15. Since there are most likely a lot.
next is the display
View.
list of films. Tama ba? Display.
Yep. Display the list of films.
Mhm. So create view siya, so it's a view. So ikaw explain, Joe.
All right. So for this one, it was tricky at first since we were trying different things for having where we also were trying other left or joins. And one of the solutions that we were able to find is a string ag or a string underscore ag. Basically, uh, its function is almost like a concat, but since concat it takes two datas from two different columns and then takes the data from those two columns and then combines it into one. For string ag, it basically takes datas in different rows from the same column and then turns it into one line, which is how we were able to get the names, both first name and last name, and then comma, and then the next first name, last name, comma, first name, and last name again, which is why there's two string ags, since you can use it similarly to a concat. The first one that's inside is for the a specific actors or actresses first name and last name, and then the outside string ag is the one that basically takes all the names that were created from the first and then puts it in one line.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So since it's a view, we create the view. We'll execute this one. So we created the view. And then, oops, saan yun? 2.2, 2.1. Yun. So when we select, we call the view. So this is the view. So as you can see, the string ag concatenates the actors, as like my partner said. Uh, one thing, yung using, saan yung using? This one means ano, it's equivalent to yung parang film actor that film ID is equals to uh, table dot film ID. So para hindi na siya mataas. Kung ano yung common na na column, yun na yung gamitin sa using, since ay dapat when you use using, present yung column sa right and left table para mag valid to siya na statement. So yun lang explanation sa using. And then next is the 2.2, which is
Display
display the
total
total film per
per
category.
category. Mhm.
So explain mo to, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So basically, from the beginning, of course, the create view. Afterwards, we select the category name as a category name. Basically, uh, each of the categories that is within the table are name instead of the ID, and each film ID that is related to the table film underscore category is counted and grouped based on which category name they're related to from the category table, as well as the join in film underscore category, which is joined or on with their similar category IDs in both the category table and film underscore category table.
Yes. So here's the result. So category name and then their count for each category. So that's 2.2.2. Next is the following will be the relational data model operations. So our first model operation is this one. Select, select, ano, join. So this one we just modified this uh this one we made it ano average rental rate, where so selection ng category name from the categories table, and then around then average na yung rental rate that is located sa film table. So from category, we join natin ang film category on their category IDs, and then join film by film ID and the film category ID. So para makuha natin yung names nila. And then group by one, which means group by first column, which is category name, and then order by two, descending, which is the second column, descending order. So makita natin na naka-descending siya. So ang gigawa is ito lang, average lang yung rental rate based sa kanilang category. So malaman natin kung ano yung uh, pinaka highest na ginarent na genre, I mean na category.
In terms
So
of rental rate or price.
mm, so next model is this one, city. So what this does is ano, i-take niya yung city's name and then count niya yung total rental na accumulate niya, then total sales. So ang to do this is we select city, the table, and then we count the rental ID sa rental na table. So ang rental na table is composed of different transactions from different customers. So So from that makuha natin yung since rental ID siya and then located ang customer ID, pakita natin sa join. And then we sum the
Yeah.
payment sa rental or I mean sa sa makita yan. So
Okay.
first, gi-join natin ang address kay para makuha natin yung city because city has city ID and address has city ID as well. So using city ID, join natin sila. And then next is join customer na table which has address. So ma-join na siya kasi may address ID ang customer tsaka yung i-join natin na address. And then sa rental, may ID din sa customer so ma-join natin. So join rental then join payment. Sa payment pala yung may different ito yung transaction nila, yung parang relationship. So ito yung total amount na gi-pay niya for that specific transaction. So from there, gi-sum natin yung amount that is located sa payment na table and then we group and order them by one. So sa first, so alphabetical order siya. So select natin. Ito yung kalabasan. So makita natin ang total sales sa city and their total transaction to sa total rental na na accumulate ng city. So next is find next is the functions and stored procedures. So our first is function. So what this function does is uh, hanapin niya yung name sa customer na sa customer table. So here nag naglagay tayo ng parameters na CNAME, first name and then last name. And then, ang function na to is mag-return siya ng table. So, gi-specify natin yung number of columns niya and then gi-specify natin ang
The type.
kanilang data type. So, important dapat na same yung data type dito tsaka sa query select as a return query kay mag-error na siya if dili the same dili niya i-create ang table kay may problem sa creating of the returning of table tsaka yung sa query. So after that, ito yung return ng table and then ito yung uh, query natin which will look for the name. So ordinary select sa first name, last name, email sa customer na table. So customer ba ito? So ito, yung table dito tayo nag-base. And then join natin ang address kay para makita niyo yung address talaga ng user, ng customer. So with that, so address, join address and then where. So where C name F, first name is equals to first name na parameter and dapat last name na same sa parameter. So ang language kay okay lang yan sa language.
PMP. LPG.
Pag i-run natin, dapat mag-create siya ng function. And then, example natin si Joey kay na-create ako. So, yan. So, ito ma-fetch na yung name na ginahanap natin. So, yung purpose ng address is para makita niya siya yung ID. So, normally kasi sa customer, ang ID niya is sa address is naka-in,
America.
ano siya, parang ID talaga. So, para makuha natin yung value ng address, di-call natin ang address C para ma-fetch natin yung name ng uh, address na yun na may specific ID. So, yun yung aming function. Next is yung sa procedure. So, ang procedure is mag-add lang siya ng customer directly papunta sa customer na table. So, ang is procedure. So, create procedure, add customer, then may parameter siya na mag-ask for the store ID sa first name, last name, and email, then address, and then next yung language, then
PLPG schema.
language. Mhm. So, dito mag-insert basic uh, na insert na may customer, then yung their rows. So, wala nang customer ID kasi auto-increment na ang ID. So,
Yeah.
ito yung rows ng customer, and then yung values, store ID, first name, last name, email, address from the parameter. Kay user input man to siya. So, yung first five, ito is defined na siya since ang ito siya is yung parang active. Active ba ang user? So, since nag-create siya, that means active siya. And then, ang create date is now. Then, ang now na
Right.
date, i-convert natin siya into date para wala siyang parang mga milliseconds, and then ganun. And then now, then gi-convert siya into timestamp para mag-match sa ito na data type, and then integer na 1 since active siya. So, yun lang para ano. So, when we run, so na-create na ang procedure. So, i-call natin like change natin yung data. Ito, one, then present.
Um, done after.
Ay, ako na lang. Yeah. Okay, ang AC. And then, as ang 606 kay nag-create ko og custom na address kay wala may address na taga Davao. So, nag-create ko ako. So, tulit gyapon na. So, nag-call. So, i-verify na to gamit ang atong function. So, pagkatapos dyan, atong sarili na ako. Dapat hopefully na siya. Pero,
Ah, there it is.
nag-create siya. So, ulit drive yapon kay customize siya kay i-create na ko kay so yun yung aming query. So execute na naman siya sa ano
Visual.
ano lang.
As you JS.
So dire mag npm patay tam npm
Yeah.
isa na ako install tong ano, npm install pg
You,
tapos express para isa na lang niya
of course. You
for a
know,
course and node install.
installs.
So, verify natin if ano, install. Kung meron na. So, mag-add lang tayo ng scripts na start for preparation na sa na execution. Node. So, save. So first is create ng database
Mhm.
db.js. So may shortcut tayo sa db. So
Yeah.
db. Yung database is dvd rental. Double check kay baka di sure. Yan dvd rental. Save. So okay na yan ating database. Ito ako siya create. So first is may naming convention.
Wala man.
So ano
I
ilagay mo?
guess we can go by 211 or to Alinar 211, to Alinar 212.
A82 AA na AA para mabilis tayo.
Shorter.
AA2
1
211 211 JS.
total number of films.
Ay magkuha na ako na mm, yung select na statement. Some prelims. So ito select, then first select film, save, then verify natin if it's working. A211
Mm,
so
yeah.
it's
Okay.
set.
There it is.
So copy paste natin. Then next is
One, two.
AA12.js.
Okay, total max. Films group. Five. Films rating.
Save, then verify tayo if nag-work. Kung nag-work,
Okay.
rating, tsaka yung sum ng length. Next, let's go to AA
Two,
underscore
one, three.
213.
Get the films that have the maximum replacement cost.
Replacement cost. Save. And verify natin if it's working. 3. So, yun. So, konti lang yung di-return niya is kasi nakalimit lang siya to 15. So, normally, marami to siya.
Very.
Yes. Para hindi
So
na
many.
too many ang result. So, next is 212. I mean, 221.
Two, yeah. 221. The views.
So, hindi natin yung ano lang. Ito din, di ba?
Great.
Select ito. So, select all from midterm list. One line of clean inputs. save, then try natin kukuha
One. Ah,
then
okay. Good. Many more.
many more. So marami siya. So it's working. Next file is
Two, two, two.
copy.
Triple two. Display total number of films per category.
Midterm. Ayan. So ito lang ating ilagay with total yung pag-call we save. Then when we run this, let's test ayun, category and then their film count. So next is 231.
Relational data model operation.
231. So save. Then test natin if it's working. Yun,
This
average rental rate. Then naka-descending. Then next is 232. E.232.js. Two three two.
this one is seeing the rental rate or total rental rate and our average rental rate for each category. And this one was total rental and total sales.
So it's working. Next is yung ating functions. Functions and procedures. So AE underscore 241. So, ano ba itong ilagay? Method of functions.
And then there you have it.
So, that means present yung data sa ating customer table.
The function has been created.
Next is 242. Yes.
That's the procedure.
Ano ba to? Ito lang di ba ang ilagay? Hindi ko sure.
Mm.
Parang or
Select. It's the select, right?
same lang pala. You can do select. Try natin. Select from customer and then letter intro.
Texture. Mm. Right.
May two. Okay.
Oh,
So, paano ba siya i-call? Kaya mo call ang text.
I guess the whole call.
Ayun, call lang pala. And verify natin gamit yung 241. Oops. Mali pala. Dito. Save. Verify. So, ano siya? Na-register siya sa customers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
There.
that's
So
all our scripts in our Postgres implementation. Wala na bang ano? Dito siya i-push or sa next ano?
no, no,
Okay.
just create
So that's all.
all for midterm exam part 2. Thank you for watching.